Okay, on the second part of the video, where we were up to, so we were just putting in the dimensions here. I can't remember where we are now. I'm just going to say okay, see what happens. Oh, right, sorry, that was 23. Okay, so 23. So we've added in the first part over here. So we've got the front wheel, we've got the place for our axles to go. I now need to concentrate on the back. So let's have a look at the back of our vehicle. And we've got the 4 holes for the motor mount, and then again I think we need another 4 of these rectangles over here for our wheeling. Let's have a quick look back at the actual drawing so we can see what we're doing. So we'll do 4 going that way, so it'll be 5 by 3, 5 by 3, 5 by 3, and then we'll need another 4 over there for our axles to go into the corner. Okay, so let's have a little look at that. Close off that. Okay. So back to here. So let's start with rectangle again. And let's zoom over here, and we're going to go. This time they're going that way, aren't they? So it's going to be 5 by 3 like that, that. Okay, let's make them 5 by 3. So 3 going that way. And that'll be 5 the other way. Okay, and this will be 5 that way. Okay, so those holes are the right size, but now we need to get them all lined up and see where they go. So let's have a quick check of the picture, see if it gives us any clues about kind of where the... So it looks like, I would say, what would you think? I reckon that's the center of that. So we know that's 40, so I think I'm going to say that's 20 across from there. Okay, so we'll start from that one, and that one there, let's have a quick look. Does it look like it's just in line with that or not? I'm going to zoom in a bit here if it'll let me. Let me zoom in. Here we go. Okay, so that looks like that's halfway through the middle of these holes, and that looks like that's lined up there. Okay, so some clues, let's go with those. Okay, so we're told that this is 3 that way. So halfway through that would be 1.5. Okay, so if I say from this side here to that, to that side there, it's going to be 1.5. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the other one. 1 to there, and again, let's say 1.5. Okay, and then we wanted these. We're halfway through the middle of this section. This section here is 40. So if I say from here to there, it's going to be 20. That should push it right over. And again with that one, make that one 20. Okay, and you'll see this little clue here when you're doing things. This square here is black. Now that means it's fully defined. So this one here is happy. These ones in the blue aren't. Okay, so you can see that line there is happy because it knows how far it is that way, but it doesn't know how far it is that way. Okay, so there's little clues here if you're getting something that's underdefined to tell you kind of where things are and how happy they are and why they're not happy. So let's have a little look, see if we can get some more clues from the picture. Now that's 68, so what would you say that was? That's halfway through, and then probably another 5 mil off there. So half of that would be, half of 68 is 34. And then I would say another thing. So I'm going to make that 40 from that end there. Okay, so let's make that 40 from that end there. So still my smart dimensions from here to here. I'm going to say 40. Now, is that looking right or not? That's not looking right, is it? Oh no, there is quite a gap between them because obviously that's where the motor goes in. So okay, so maybe right. Okay, and where have I got smart dimensions? So from this line here to that line there, and again we're going to say 40 on there. Okay, And see, we can see that this one's now all black, that one's now all black, this one isn't, that one isn't. Okay, so we just need to line these ones up here. Let's have a little look at just kind of how the spacing is between these. So that's 5. Again, I'm just going to have a quick check of the picture. It looks a little bit less, doesn't it? I would say that was probably 4. Because obviously I know that that one there is 5. That looks a little bit less, so I'm going to say that's 4 that way. So let's make that 4. And then make the distance from there to there 4. And hopefully, are they all happy, or is something telling us it's not happy? Okay, interesting. I can't see. Oh, okay. Over here is now why we're not defined. So that's a look. Why is what's not happening here? Does it know? Oh, okay. So it doesn't know how far it is from there to there. So this was half of. This was 17.5. So how would I do that? So I've got 17.5, and then I need a half of 3. So if I go 17.5, take away 1.5. No, that wasn't right. Okay, let's have a think. Try again. So the space from... no, sorry. 17.5 is from there to there. And there 3. Right, so hang on, let's go back into that. So what's half of 17.5? So 17.5 divided by 2 is 8.75. Does that look like about in the middle, or is it not quite there? I think it needs to be one less than that. So if I just say minus 1.5, that looks better. So what was that? 725. Okay, so let's make that one there 725, and we'll do the same on the other side. So from this line to that line, 7.25, and there to there, 7.25. Okay, and you can see, look, we're back to fully defined, and should be any blue lines, all lines are black, so that's happy. Okay, so what do we need to do? The last little bit on here is now adding in the axles again. Okay, so it's that same thing there. I would guess that that's going to be 10 across there. We know these are 5 by 2. We know that the gap between there is 2 mil, and we know the same on the other side. Okay, so let's grab a rectangle. And let's draw in. Now, actually, that's a little bit in the way, so I'm going to try. I'm just going to push the escape button here. I'm just going to move that up and out of the way, because these are going to be in our way. So I'm just going to move those out of the way, and I'll move that 68 up there as well, just so I can see a bit clearer what I'm doing. Okay, when I make these ones over here, I think they look like. What would you say they were? I reckon they're 3 mil from the edge. Okay, and then about 10 from that way. Alright, so let's draw. So back to rectangle, let's go over here. And 1, 2, over here, another one there, another one there, another one there. Okay, and let's start doing our resizing. So smart dimension is going to be 5 that way, and that's going to be all the same, all 4 boxes. So let's put this in. And we've got 3 going this way, because obviously we always use 3 mil, because that's the thickness of the wood. Okay. And I think we said we wanted it to be 10 mil from that edge there. Let's bring that to 10. And then we want the gap between them to be 2 mil. Gap there, 2 mil. Okay. And I think we said from here to here we were going to go with 5. Do the same on that one. Okay, and you can see again, look, that color change. All right, so this section here is all happy. So we just need to do exactly the same up here. Okay, so a gap between there and there we said was 2. From the edge here was 10, and the edge was 3. Oh, sorry, did we say? I think we said 5 actually. 5 and 5 again. Okay, and there we go. Right, so we have now finished our first part. Okay, we can see it's fully defined and it all looks good. There is one little bit I've just spotted that we've not actually added on there. So let's look. There's a little, see that little circle there? There's a little semicircle there, and that's just to stop the wheel sort of rubbing on here. So it's just like a little spacer. So we do need to add that bit in. Okay, so we're going to have a go at doing that. So it's just above there. Okay, sticking out the way. So let's see if we can have a go at doing that. So let's zoom in. So I reckon it's going to be about here. So go to my drawing tools. And if I go to the circles, the arcs, I've got various different types here. I can do 3-point, center point, and tangent. I think a tangent might be quite nice for this one, so let's try a tangent. Okay, so just along here, I'm just going to click on a little dot there. Okay, it doesn't seem to like that, so let's try a 3-point arc. Okay, this looks like it's happier. So I'm just going to go click, click, and then bend it out of the way. So it's just like a little bump there. So we'll put that in. Then we'll need to think about the measurements. So let's just go smart dimensions on there. Now I'm guessing we're going to have to say how far it is from there to there. Okay, so let's just round it up to 26. Okay. And I think I'm probably going to have to go from here to the outside edge. Is that right? Or does it say? Did it say it already knows that? So it's going to go that way. Let's try from that part there. Okay, so it allowed that. Let's. Do we want to round that up a bit? Let's round that to. Let's just make it 2. So okay. And okay, still not quite happy. What I will do at this point is I'm actually going to trim off this bit here because that may help us. So trim entities, click on this little line, this little section here. Okay, no, still not helped us. So let's go back to smart dimension. Let's just try from that dot to that arch. No, didn't like that. Let's try from that point there. So this is going to be the, I'm just moving it around the way. Okay, so you can see I've got that dimension there. Let's make that 1. And there we go. Okay, so just added that in. So it's 1 from that dot where it draws it in the way from the distance between there, and 2 from the end. And always, as long as I've got the 2 sides, it should be okay. Alright, let's quickly extrude this because we've just got about a minute left on this video. So exit. Okay, I'm going to go to sketch 1, features, extruded, I'm going to say 3, and then I'm just going to go on my keyboard, enter, enter. Okay, and that's mine done. So I'm now just going to save that file, save as, and hopefully you've got a folder all lined up. If not, you'll need to. Oh, okay, sorry, my computer seems to have disconnected from the network. I'm just going to try reconnecting it. So just make sure you're going to save that because hopefully we're going to end up with quite a few bits and pieces. Let's go back to there. Okay, so in here, I'm going to call this BRMe chassis. Okay, that's the name you give to a body of a car. So BRMe chassis, and save that. Okay, now obviously that's the bulk of it done. Okay, we've done lots of fiddly bits there, so that's really good work. So if you've got that done, all right, you're well on the way to silver and heading for gold, I suspect, on the badges. Okay, and next time what we'll do is we're going to add in, we're going to design these little bits here, and we'll add those into an assembly, and then we'll start looking at whether how we're going to make the wheels and things like that. Okay, which hopefully should all be pretty straightforward, just little pieces, and add them into an assembly. All right, well done so far. Keep going.